Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a great day today. I'm here with my top 13 books of 2013 as well as my reading and booktubing resolutions for 2014. It's so exciting because I read some amazing books in 2013 which I really want to talk about today. I just hope that 2014 will be as good. Hopefully I can read some fantastic books as well. But firstly, let's talk about the books that deserve to be in the top 13. So the book in 13th place this year is The Fifth Wave by Yancey. This was a really fun read. I love the main character of Cassie. I thought she carried and held the book throughout really well. There was a lot of intrigue behind her, just like the plot was very intriguing as well. I couldn't stop reading all the action and the intensity, and the writing style as well. Very, very good. Great balance between description and dialogue. It made for a really easy read and one that I really enjoyed. Definitely deserves to be in the top 13. The book in 12th place is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is a standalone book and probably one that a lot of booktubers have read. I think nearly everyone has read it. It was a really fun read, really nice to read all about the 80s pop culture references. I found them very intriguing and unique to read about. I didn't understand them all, but I still found that the book was still very effective. I think, everyone should read this, especially if you're a gamer or you're interested in 80s pop culture. I think you'll really love it and it'll be very special for you. 11th place goes to Unwind by Neal Shusterman. This is a YA dystopia and I really, really enjoyed this book again. The second half was particularly intense. I couldn't stop reading. I think I read that part in about one sitting, so how fantastic is that? Very addicting, definitely a page turner. I think with such an incredibly unique concept, you just can't help but read it, and then the writing style is very easy to read as well. Exactly what I'd look for in a YA book. 10th place is a very exciting one. It goes to Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, which is the third and final book in the Infernal Devices trilogy. This was definitely one of my favourites because, oh my gosh, Tessa Gray. Wow, she's definitely one of my favourite female protagonists ever. She's just perfect. Cassandra Clare moulds her so she is likeable and relatable with a lot of avid readers. You just can't help but love her. She's a reader herself. She always goes on about how reading is important and how it impacts her life. I feel like Cassandra Clare embeds a lot of quotes into the writing because of this. As usual, Cassandra Clare also had a very vivid, beautiful writing style with lots of great imagery, and I couldn't stop reading such a fantastic book. 9th place goes to 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled. This is a standalone book. Mariam is such a great character, packed full of emotion, and her story is very moving. Khaled has a very beautiful and effortless writing style, which has, like Cassandra Clare, a lot of embedded quotes, which you just have to take. There's great meaning behind every single one, and I just think, it's beautiful and it's unique. I'm really glad that this is an adult book, which I really enjoyed, and I just think Khaled is definitely one of my favourite adult writers. Touching back onto Cassandra Clare, 8th place goes to City of Glass, which is the third book in the Mortal Instruments series. There is such an improvement on the first two books in this book. It was even better than the other two, and I still absolutely love the other two. I thought that everything had got better. There was more intensity, there was more shock and more twists and turns, which I couldn't stop reading about. The characters also started to grow on me even more, and as I said before, Cassandra Clare has a beautiful, vivid writing style, and it really worked well with this. Painted a great picture in my mind throughout all the scenes, and it's a series that everyone needs to read. 7th place goes to Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is a first book in a trilogy. It's a young adult fantasy, and I think the main character, Selena Sardafin, is definitely one of my favourite female protagonists. She is strong, confident, assured, but still very likeable, and I think that's a really important element. Characters must be likeable. I loved reading all the epicness that she went through. It was just such an action-packed plot. I just loved the vivid descriptions as well, and it persuaded me to move on to the second book immediately, and that is actually what I did. 6th place goes to Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. It's the book that I read on my Kindle, so unfortunately I can't show you the book right now, but maybe I'll put a picture on the screen that you can look at the beautiful cover, because we all love looking at book covers. This was actually even better than the first book. I think because I'm now familiar with the characters and the world, it really felt like I was part of the story and I was grabbed in immediately. It was really shocking as well towards the end. That left me on the edge of my seat. I want to read the third book right now, but unfortunately it doesn't come out until 2015, which is ages away. That's ridiculous. As soon as it comes out, I will be getting that and reading it. In 5th place, I've chosen Prodigy by Marie Lu. This is the second book in the trilogy. I really loved that this was so much better than the first book. The characters started to grow on me even more. I felt the pacing was better and everything about it was just way more exciting, and I love seeing improvements from writers. A lot of writers actually progressively get worse, but Marilu is the opposite. She gets better and better, and I'm so excited to read Champion. I'm going to be reading that very soon, and I am so looking forward to it. I just can't wait. In 4th place, I've chosen Noughts and Crosses Knife Edge by Malorie Blackman. This is the 2nd book in the series. I absolutely powered through this book, and it also had a very powerful theme in there as well. Racism was explored, which is something that I don't normally read about in YA books, so it was very unique. I thought the characters as well had great backstories. They had really developed. Everything was great about them. The ending kept me on edge, kept me on knife edge in fact, and I just couldn't stop reading, and I had to keep reading the next book, which I did, and I really enjoyed that one as well. 3rd place is going to The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Khaled Hosseini is peeping up again in this because he is a great writer. I really connected with the characters of Amia and Hassan. I thought they had beautiful stories behind them and very emotional and very moving. Additionally, I thought lots of quotes were seamlessly embedded into the writing style, so you could take them with great meaning. Actually, you can even look at them outside of the context of the book and they still mean so much. I'll be studying this in English literature when we get back after Christmas, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope that from studying it I don't dislike the book because it's such a good book. I'm scared that studying it will not make it the same, but hopefully it'll just be even better because I'll learn more about it, more about the context. I'm really looking forward to doing that. 2nd place of this year is going to The Shadow of the Wind by Ruiz Zafón. It's got a lot of cultural references, it's very mysterious, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It has an incredibly beautiful writing style. Despite being a translation, everything was brought across in such a vivid way. Great pictures were painted in my mind. It's a book about books, so that means that it's perfect for all you avid readers out there. Everyone needs to read this. There are a lot of great quotes about why we need to read, why reading impacts our life so much, and I just think, you know, it's great to read books about books. I need to read more of them in the future. If you have any good recommendations, actually, please let me know. All round, a perfect book for all avid readers. And finally, 1st place is going to Battle Royale by Koushun Takami. Surprise? Not really. I think I've already said this a few times that it's my favourite of the year. It was actually quite hard to decide if it definitely was the favourite, but I think it was very intense and full of action. The pacing was better than anything else I've read, and I couldn't stop reading it. What I really particularly loved about the writing style was that it had gory descriptions. Everything felt very realistic. There were lots of elements of unpredictability and shock as well, which made the plot even more intense, and it was a page turner. Definitely my favourite of the year. I just recommend everyone reads this book. So those are my top 13 books of 2013. I really love them all. As you can tell, they're all perfect. I just think, you know, read them if you haven't already. I definitely think that all them books are perfect for anyone. There's elements in there that everyone will enjoy. So now for my reading and booktubing resolutions for 2014. I hope 2014 will be a good year. I have some great plans. The first one is to read 20 books. This isn't so many, it's less than last year, but I think it's a good goal because I'm still going to be really busy, but I still want to read. Reading is definitely something which provides relaxation and enjoyment, and I need that in my life, so I'll definitely be reading some good books. Within these books, I would like to create monthly themes every month because I'm not reading as many, so I think it will allow for a better variety. Some people have suggested this before as something which will help me to read lots of different books. I definitely agree, so I will be going ahead with that. However, in between these themes, despite buying a lot of new books for them, I will still be continuing with books on my to-be-read pile behind me. I have a lot of books on my shelf which I have not yet read. I need to read them. I can't just let them sit there. They need to be read. So I'll also try and incorporate some books which I already have into the monthly themes every month. In the monthly themes as well, I would like to read more classics. This year, I've really started to enjoy classics more. I started to understand them. I just think it's really important. Sometimes classics are the foundations of a particular genre. So now specifically for the things I'd like to do in terms of my booktubing, I would like to review every single book that I read at the end of the month in one big video. I know it sounds kind of scary and I hope people would still watch them, but it's much easier to do. I think what's going to be really good about it is that I can compare books within the same theme, within the same genre, and it'll also allow me to give my best recommended book from them. I'm going to try and do a star book of the month, which is the one I would most recommend to anyone. I think that'll be really nice because sometimes I watch videos and I want every single book that's mentioned. I can't decide which is the best to get, so I will definitely give my one that I think everyone should read. I also want to continue improving with my videos. I want to be more professional, informative, entertaining. Maybe I need to smile more as well and just have a great time. I just think, you know, I started to improve loads this year, and I just want to continue improving and improving, because there's always something you can improve on, and especially for me, I have a lot to improve on. Finally, the 7th resolution of 2014 is to be more consistent with my videos. I want to try for 1 video a week because it's a suitable goal which will allow me to spend time on each video to make it good. It's not something that stresses me out either, because I don't need to worry about, you know, getting loads of videos out there. So thank you everyone for watching this video. I'm sorry if it was quite long. I will try my best to cut it down and edit. My next video is going to be my January book haul. I'm so excited for that. My first monthly theme. Wow, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to get going with them books. But until then, thank you for watching and see you all again later.